Hey, another groovy God story. I used to belong to this ministry that we used to minister at a homeless mission for homeless men, and then we would go out in the streets and go street witnessing. So that was on Saturdays, and on Saturday morning, before I left, to get there, I said, Lord, if you have any instructions for me, like if there's anybody I can help or be a blessing to, then I'm praying that you will tell me what it is, and I'll do the best I can to follow your instructions. And so then I went to the mission. I had no idea who was going to answer that prayer. He's like, okay, because there's always needy people, right? So I was in the mission. So we usually sit for an hour, and there was Randy who was given like a video and a teaching, and then we would like pray for the people in the mission and stuff. So anyway, after I was there for 20 minutes, we don't get up and leave, right? It just doesn't happen. After 20 minutes, my heart started screaming at me. Like I was hearing instructions in my heart. There's actually a Bible scripture for that. It's in Psalm 16, verse 7. It says, I praise the God who counsels me. Even at night, my heart instructs me. So anyway, this was not at night. It was during the meeting. But my heart was saying, this is what it said exactly. Laura, somebody on Chestnut Street needs you. Go to Chestnut Street. Chestnut Street. Chestnut Street. Go now. That's what it was. So I stood up to go, and my friend Ruth was sitting next to me. She goes, Laura, you're leaving? I said, I'm only going out to Chestnut Street. I'll be back. And so I went outside, and normally Chestnut Street is a lot of people walking because it's in the combat zone, I guess you could say. And there was just a lot of people without cars. And there's always people in the streets, hanging out in front of their houses on their porches and stuff. But this day was strangely empty. So I went out and I looked to the right. There was nobody there. So I'm like, wow. So I looked to the left, and there was only one person way in the distance. But they were heading in my direction. So I went left towards that perfect person. And as the person was approaching, I could see it was a young woman who was crying profusely. And so I went up to her and I said, hey, you look really upset. What's wrong? And she said, my little sister's graduating from high school today, and our dad is so abusive, and she still lives with him, and she said all she wants is for me to be at that graduation with her. But I am homeless, and my ride just canceled. And so I said, well, listen, I can give you a ride. She goes, really? I said, yes. I said, she goes, we were just praying for a ride. I said, yeah, I'm not surprised, because I was sitting in the mission, and the Lord told me, go out to Chestnut Street. Somebody needs you. So I said, it looks like I'm your ride, and my car is right behind the mission. It was a very short walk. I said, just come with me. You want to go now? She said, yes. And then she kept crying and crying, and she kept saying to me, I can't believe this. She said, I'm crying, but it's not because I'm sad. It's because I can't believe this story. I'm never going to forget it. So anyway, I took her to the graduation. Then I made it back to the mission on time to hang out with Ruth. All right, take it easy. I hope you enjoyed my story. It's the truth. I think this happened in like 2017. That's it. Thank you.